Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be doing a Patreon request, and that is going to be FK Twigs, Headie one, Fred again, and the song is called Don't Judge Me. So I'm guessing there's these three different people together doing a song. Anyway, this song did come out in January, so that's crazy. I didn't know about it. I haven't heard it yet. It's FK Twigs, so I was very excited to hear more FKA Twigs, and it's a music video, so I'm super excited to see it. Also, if I look like I'm being weird with my hands, it's because my nails aren't actually dry yet, so I look a bit like a strange, like, alien, like, creeping around. But yeah, kind of suits the makeup. And I kind of went a bit crazy with the makeup today, just for a bit of fun. Also, follow me on Instagram and I will follow you back. And yeah, if you, obviously this is a Patreon request, so this will be on Patreon, but if you'd like to become a Patreon and make your own requests, then please do join me over there. It really extremely helps me out, so that's lovely. Thank you so much for everyone who is a patron or whoever is considering becoming one. Anyway, not this again. Right, let's get started. Where have I put my headphones? On the floor, like a responsible human being. Okay, my hair's a bit wet still as well, because I had a shower. And I have curly hair, so it takes ages to dry. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I've pressed play already. Oh, yes. Go away.
Don't judge me. I know that shit fine. I was broke and I loved myself. Nobody here loved me.
No idea what this is going to be like then. Seems really dark. And like these statues, like that's interesting, like a statue sculpture of a noose. And then there's like all these little like children looking things and a shark. I'm very interested. Also, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to use the actual video on YouTube. So I'm going to be watching it, but you might not be able to see it as well. So yeah, but definitely on Patreon, the video will be there.
Don't judge me, take care of my heart. Don't judge me, be there for me.
Oh.
Don't judge me, just hold me in your arms.
I just want to say, she sounds actually genuinely really quite different here. Really, more like American sounding, you know?
Don't judge me, take care of me.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's FK Twigs, I know, actually.
Hold me in your arms.
Actually, still though, her voice is still sweeter, like, don't judge me. Instead of being like, don't judge me. You know, when you think of her having that more operatic tone, this has got more of a pop tone, R&B tone, you know?
Hold me in your arms.
Oh, it's a mixture.
Don't judge me, be there for me. Every day. Oh, send the precious kind of love your love. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
That's really cool. That was really cool. Also, I will mention, like, this is like a almost like an audition hall for you know, getting into like a really posh university. And these chairs where you'd imagine judges to sit, they're empty. Also, her dancing is like fighting, and obviously I saw. Oh no, I never. Oh my goodness, I never got to share the Sad Day music video reaction. I did actually do one, but YouTube didn't allow it. I'm gonna upload that to Patreon though. Anyway, yeah, I saw her doing like fighting in that video, and it was like dance fighting, and it's a little bit like that again here, but on her own. Wow. Oh.
You know what, being black, being from the hood and 17 is powerless. The only change is when you get yourself a heater. Funny how both my parents done the most to be here. We can walk free, but are we really walking free here? How can this be home when I feel I wanna flee here? I can't trust the police force and I can't trust the media. Learn more about my people from the streets than from my teachers. Officer, am I allowed to breathe here? I didn't choose to be me, so why discriminate me? Paranoia, got the gang that rolling with it lately. So we can move forward without turning back pages. No more feeling like strangers in this world that we live in. Lord forgive them, but our faces.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I definitely know what this song's about. God, I got real chills again. Like, I keep getting so much chills listening to the music recently, but like stuff that has meaning like that and that is so true and like is such a pandemic in itself, you know, racism and how it's, you know, the world is still so damn racist. They are, you know, it is, you know. But that's so beautiful that they can come together on a track like this, and you know, FK Twigs as well, like really showing it. And it looks like her dancing, you know, her dance fighting is almost like she keeps getting pushed back into that chair, dragged back, pulled back. It's like she can't get far enough, but she's fighting.
Don't judge me.
It's very emotional.
I used to pray for change.
Wow, okay. Oh. I don't know why, but like that felt like she'd fought to get through all these doors, and then she gets to the final door and it's just nothing there. There's nothing there, and she's being pulled back into that seat, but she's given up anyway. She's like, oh, okay, whatever, I'll just go back then. It's almost like fighting and fighting, but constantly being faced with, you know, rejection and nothing happening. I don't know what's going on here with this guy, but oh. Bound. Oh, this is extremely emotional, actually. You know, I feel so much mixed and frustrated emotions when it comes to racism, especially, you know, when the Black Lives Matter all started to surge up at the time of George Floyd dying. You know, that's actually when I became fully aware of how, like, privilege it is to be white. Let me just take these off. You know, that's when I fully realised the privilege, and it annoyed me. I was like, I'm so annoyed that I wasn't aware of this before. Like I've never been racist or anything, but there's so much subtle things that you don't realise. Like we don't, you know, how if you're black, you do like fear being pulled over by the police, or like going into a shop, or like, you know what your jobs you'll get, what universities you'll get into, what you're going to be called behind your back or to your face. Especially, I live in a place where it's predominantly white, and like I didn't even have the chance to meet that many black people, and so I never thought of it. I just never thought about it until the George Floyd thing happened. Anyway, when the George Floyd thing happened, when I saw the video, I felt like, well, how most people felt, and I'd assume, but I felt so I just cried. I cried. Anyway, I wanted to do something because I just felt pissed off and I wanted to know more. I wanted to be educated. I don't know, I just wanted to feel equal and connected to everyone. So I saw there was a protest going on down where I live, and the people running the protest asked if anyone had like a song or like poem or whatever. Anyway, I contacted them and said, I'll write a poem for the protest. And I sent it to them and they loved it. And one of the girls, who is now doing so amazingly, by the way, she is like, I think she's even working for the equality within the government. She's working for like Jeremy Corbyn or something, but doing like for the equality section and so on. So anyway, she's gone on to do loads of great things. She does amazing things where she gives food to people in need, and like, oh, she's just an amazing person. Anyway, I got to read my poem with her, and what I did was read my poem for a megaphone, and there was like honestly hundreds of people there. So I was shitting myself, to be honest. But I was like, nah, there's no time for nerves. But the thing is, I was stood there in a crowd of like more black people than I've ever seen in my life, in real life. Like, I had never seen that many black people together in one place in real life. And that just shows how white where I live is. And when I was reading my poem, I read, a section, and then the lady I was doing it with would speak out the names, and we would for people in the UK who have lost their lives or had injustice by police and authorities or people in general. We spoke their names and we, clapped for them and chanted their names back and so on like that. And then I read the last bit of my poem. Anyway, this poem got on the news and I was like, I can't tell you how happy I was. I was so excited that my poem got on the news. And I was someone that had only just realised how important the whole BLM movement was. I'd only just realised, not because I didn't care, but because I was ignorant and I had no idea. I had no idea how bad it was until I saw the George Floyd thing. Anyway, it felt amazing to get that on the news and to do it alongside an actual black girl who knows what it feels like. And I was just lucky that I didn't write anything stupid. I know that sounds silly because you think, well, I'm not racist, so why would I write anything stupid? But it's the privilege and the ignorance that can make you stupid. When I saw the news footage, I got to see people in the crowd, because there was people being filmed in the crowd and they're nodding and they're like listening to my words, and I just felt fucking good. But I also felt like I'm glad that I'm a white person talking about it. But even at the end of my poem, I say, we are here to raise your voices today, and I'm just another white woman who had something to say. I said something like that and it was so true, because actually when I was watching it, I was like, I feel kind of sick that I'm a white woman preaching about this and like my voice will be heard because I'm white. And why should I get that spot on the news and read this poem? I'm white, it's not my story. But luckily I could write within the poem some awareness around that yeah, I get that. I fully get that. Like, I'm a white woman saying this, and that's why it was nice that I did the poem at the start, because it was an introduction to many different white and black, all like different ethnicities of people to come and have a speech. And that made me really happy that I could almost set the pace for that. And it was an interesting thing, because there was a lot of people who said such beautiful things, and there was a lot of white people that were just saying, I'm so sorry for my ignorance, and they're crying and they're going, I can't believe it, I've made racist jokes in the past and I didn't know, I didn't understand, which I get that, I do understand it. But to cry and get emotional and be like, I'm sorry I made those jokes, it's more of a forgive me thing, when really it should be I take full responsibility for it and I'm just sorry. I'm so sorry that I did that. I was ignorant and I'm an idiot. And I hope you'll forgive me one day, but you don't even have to. You don't even have to. I just want to do better from now on. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not trying to be critical, but like, we need enough, there's enough of that going, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be racist, or like, we get it, you might have said something racist in the past, we get it, and you didn't understand because you're a kid and like you live in a predominantly white place, we get it, like cool, now move on, just be like, yeah, you know what, I'm fucking sorry, I actually am really damn sorry, and I'm never going to do that again, okay? I think I'm being a bit mean here, but at the same time, it's not up to me either to say what would be good for a black person to hear, what black people want to hear. It's not for me to say either. That's why I find this subject so hard, because like, we are the problem. White people are the problem. So it's so fucking hard to talk about it when you're white. You don't know what to say because it's like, it's almost like shame. I feel shame is what I feel for being white. And of course it's not me. I didn't do these things, but my colour did, you know? And we are somewhat responsible for everyone. Like, it's the same with like the not all men thing. It's like, great, you're not a creep, but you're still responsible. You know, you still have to, you know, hold your peers responsible and accountable for their actions. And I'm not saying we're all perfect and pristine, and especially white people in the sense of like, who lived in places where there's no black people and you know, or been taught this, that or the other. They're not pristine, but you have to accept that you're privileged. You don't sit there and be like, oh, but my life's hard. I grew up having this happen to me, that happened to me, this happened. Also, I have no money. Also, I find it hard to get a job. Also, I have a disability. Also, I'm this, I'm that. Just shut up. Because the thing is, imagine then having all that, but also being black. Right, like I just can't with it. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, but yeah. I'm getting passionate recently in my videos, but
Black Lives Matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King said that. Now the whole world needs to open their eyes to that. We seem to take one step forward and 10 steps back. We saw exactly that when George Floyd was attacked. Not just attacked, but brutally killed. He gasped for air, but couldn't be filled. He called out for his mama. He called out for water. He said, I can't breathe, as his life grew shorter. We stand tall for George Floyd, as we do all the lives that have been destroyed. My white privilege has made me ignorant, and I am so sorry for that. The years and years of saying, I'm not racist, but not having a clue the privileges I get because I'm white. Well, I'm so glad to be with you all, standing up for what is right. Open your eyes, realise there is no black and white, only human lives. I hear your voice, I'm here for you. I feel your pain, but will never know what you go through. So I wrote this to understand. I stand under you as a person today, because your voices need to be heard. I'm just another white woman who has something to say.
But no, that was a beautiful video, and it really meant a lot that I got to see that. I'm really glad. But anyway, thank you so very much. And I will be doing some other videos now. I'm going to be reacting to Dodie. So yes, that'll be on Patreon. And thank you very much for the request. I loved it. And yeah, bye.